Wow, it didn't give me a countdown. Usually on when you go live on Facebook, maybe they changed that a little bit. But didn't give me a countdown. I wasn't quite ready for you. See, and I didn't even flip my hair. Anyway, wanted to talk a little bit today about employee burnout. I came across an article and was reading through it, and it posed a lot of, well, actually confirmed a lot of what I see on almost a regular basis. Because of what we do, I'm in and out of a lot of different companies, talk to a lot of different employers, and as a recruiting firm, we're always filling positions for one reason or another, but a lot of times positions are open because people left, and burnout is kind of high up there. I'll include a link to this article. It's on the Harvard Business Review, and it is by Eric Garton. It's very well written, and I just shook the camera because it's sitting on my desktop here. Sorry about that. But I'll include a link to this, but he actually starts out in his, I think it's his second paragraph, he cites a couple of dollars that are huge. And I know huge dollars are sometimes hard for people to wrap their brains around, but he notes that psychological and physical problems of burned out employees throughout the U.S. cost an estimated, which cost an estimated $125 billion to $190 billion a year in healthcare spending in the U.S. That's an insane amount of money, $125 billion to $190 billion a year, because employees burn out, they get stressed out, and they wind up quitting or leaving for other things. And when I'm actually out talking with other employers, when we're walking through and looking at environments, these are things that are actually very easy to pick up on. And a lot of people, a lot of companies don't even know that their environment is promoting burnout. Their own environment is promoting the stress that their employees feel. It's promoting their own turnover. The cost is incredible on employee turnover because you're constantly recruiting, which is what we do, is incredibly expensive, And for employers, there's that cost. Then there's the training and acclimation cost. And there's the lost time cost when you have a position with work not being done. The cost of turnover is incredible. If you take a moment to look at your environment and say, what are things that are causing people to burn out, might be a good way to solve those problems. But this article, read it through. It's actually very interesting. There's a lot that they go through. In fact, one of the other little things, which is, it can be found to be true, that just in the context of switching tasks, when you've got too much going on, all kinds of things happening, and so you employers want you to multitask. Probably the worst idea ever. And some of our clients may say, Pete, what the heck are you talking about? Of course you know we need people who can multitask. That's because that's the environment you've created, and that's the structure you've created, and you think that it's a good thing. It's generally not. One simple item that they actually note in this article is that when you stop to take on a new task in the middle of another task, that increases the time it takes you to finish both tasks by 25%. That's true. That's based on actual studies. A Microsoft study, in fact, they cite this. A Microsoft study found that it takes people an average of 15 minutes to return to an important project, even after a simple email interruption. Email, phone calls, text, doing things like this, going on Facebook, and this is actually a whole process. I'll actually finish this live video, then I'll post it up, and then I'll actually download it, stick it on YouTube where I can farm it out to other things. It's a whole project that'll get done before I start on the next one, because interrupting, and I've experienced this myself, interrupting yourself in the middle of certain things just makes everything else take a lot longer. Anyway, what do you see in your workplace that causes either stress that you think, man, if it weren't for this, I could do my job so much better? Or if you're an employer, wow, maybe if we get rid of this, and this, our employees might get a lot more done and be a lot happier and wouldn't be here 50 or 60 hours a week. Give me some ideas. Give me some thoughts. What do you think? Until next time, I'll catch you later. Bye-bye.